Good morning, all of you. Today I will discuss about the subject of pathophysiology. And this topic is basic mechanism involved in the process of inflammation and repair. Learning objectives of basic principle and inflammation and repair. Describe the definition and classification of inflammation and repair. Second one is know the causes of inflammations, understand the process of inflammations, correspond, comprehend the etiopathogenesis of granulomatous inflammations, contrast the difference between acute and chronic inflammations. These are the learning objectives of this topic. Learning outcomes. Upon successful completions of this topic, students should be able to define various types of inflammations and highlight the various inflammations process. List the causes of acute and chronic inflammations. Outline the role of biological mediators in the inflammation process. Explain the process of healing and regenerations. These are the learning outcomes of inflammation and repair. The showing the fever, inflammation and repair. Injury is harmful thing enter the body, cause the injury. Inflammations, symptoms of inflammations, pain, warmth, swelling, redness. These are the inflammations. First of all, cause injury and then cause inflammations. Causes of inflammations. Causes of inflammation. Inflammation is defined as the local response of living mammalian tissues to injury due to any agents. Inflammation basically जो हम लोगों के बॉडी में local response of living mammalian tissues to injury due to the any agents. Causes of inflammations. Many types of agents are responsible for the causing of inflammations like infective agents, like immunological agents, physical agents, chemical agents, inert materials. These agents are responsible for the inflammation causing. Infective agents. Infective, infective agents like bacteria, virus, and their toxins, fungi, parasites. These are the infective agents cause the inflammations. Next one is immunological agents like cell-mediated and antigen antibody reactions. Physical agents like heat, cold, radiations, mechanical trauma. These are the physical agents for the responsible inflammation causes. Chemical agents like organic and inorganic poisons. These poisons are responsible for the causing inflammations. Inert materials such as foreign bodies. These are cause the inflammations. Sign and inflammations. Sign of inflammations. Five cardinal signs of inflammations. AJ, rubor, tuber, color, dollar, punctio, leisure. Rubor means redness. Tumor means swelling. Color means heat. Dollar means pain. Punctio means loss of functions. These are the sign of inflammations. Types of inflammations. Types of inflammations depending upon the defense capacity. Depending upon the defense capacity of the host and duration of response, inflammation can be classified. The inflammations depend upon the capacity of the host and duration of the response by the host, also known as inflammations. There are two types of inflammations. First one is acute inflammation and second one is chronic inflammations. Acute inflammations. Acute inflammation caused by the innate immunity. Innate immunity stimulate the stimuli, and then immune helper cells do their job for healing and stimulating and stimulus healing. Then chronic inflammations, adaptive immunity, ongoing stimulity. Immune helper cells try to do their job for healing, but ongoing stimuli results in more cells recruitments, increased inflammations, and changes to cells. These are repetitive cycles, increased disease, also known as chronic inflammations. And acute inflammation is innate immunity, and chronic inflammation is adaptive immunity. Acute inflammation. Acute inflammations means cause of acute inflammations like infections, trauma, physical and chemical agents, necrosis, foreign bodies, and immune reactions. These are the causes of acute inflammations. Stages of acute inflammations. There are three types of stages included in acute inflammations. First one is vasodilations. Second one is increased vascular permeability, movement of white blood cells from blood vessels into soft tissue and the site of inflammations. These are the stages of acute inflammations. Acute inflammations. Acute inflammations means stages of acute inflammations. Vasodilations. Stages of acute inflammations. First stage of acute inflammation is vasodilations. Vasodilations occurs through release of mediators, include histamine, prostacyclin, and nitric oxides. These are the responsible for the mediators for the inflammations regarding vasodilations like including histamine, prostacyclins, and nitric oxides from cells. Vasodilation increase the hydrostatic pressures by causing slowing slugging of blood flow. Vasodilation basically increase by the vasodilation increase the hydrostatic pressure by causing slowing of blood flow. Slugging of blood flow also cause margination of leukocytes along the wall of the blood vessels, in which vasodilations, white blood cells, leukocytes, migration of leukocytes along the wall of the blood vessels. Next one is increased vascular permeability. Increased vascular permeability increase occurs through release of mediators responsible for the vascular permeability of mediators like histamine, bradykinin, TNF, interleukins first, leukotrienes first, CD4, D4, and E4 from cells. Movement of white blood cells from blood vessels into soft tissues at the site of inflammations. The site of inflammations, movement of white blood cells. The steps required are rolling, pavementing, and transmigrations. Transmigrations. Fate of acute inflammations. The acute inflammatory process can culminate in one of the following outcomes. Resolution. Resolutions. Complete return to normal tissue following acute inflammations. Second one is healing. Fibrosis takes place when the tissue destructions in acute inflammations is extensive, so that there is no tissue regeneration. But when tissue loss is superficial, it is restored by regenerations. Next one is ulcer, loss of the mucosa and deeper tissues, also known as ulcer. Fistula. Fistula means Fistula. Fistula means anomalous patent connections between two organs, most commonly organs with a lumen, also known as site of acute inflammations. Site of acute inflammations. Sup- Suppressions when the pyogenic bacteria causing acute inflammations result in severe tissue necrosis. The process progressed to suppressions. Subsequently, mixture of neutrophils, bacteria, fragments of necrotic tissues, cell debris, and fibrin compared pus, which is contained in a cavity to form a abscess. Scar formations. Scar formation is replacement of lost parenchyma with disorganized connective tissues. Example of disconnective organized tissues: collagen. Chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammations. Chronic inflammation is prolonged inflammation consisting of active inflammations and tissue destructions and repair, all occurring simultaneously. The chronic inflammation is prolonged inflammation. Causes of chronic inflammations. Chronic inflammation following acute inflammations. Recurrent attack of acute inflammations. Chronic inflammations starting de novo. These are the causes of chronic inflammations. Types of chronic inflammations. Types of chronic inflammations based on histological features. Chronic inflammations are classified as following two corresponding types. The chronic inflammation divided in two corresponding types. First one is chronic non-specific inflammation, and second one is chronic granulomatous inflammations, in which chronic non-specific inflammations, it is characterized by non-specific inflammatory cells infiltrations. Example: chronic osteomyelitis, lungs aspesis. Example: actinomyositis. These are the chronic non-specific inflammations. Chronic granulomatous inflammations, it is a characterized formulation of granulomatous granulomas. Example: tuberculosis, leprosy, syphilis, actinomyces, sarcoidosis, etc. These are the chronic granulomatous infections cause the disease: tuberculosis, leprosy, syphilis, and actinomyces. Cell involved in the chronic inflammations. First one, macrophages. Activated macrophages produce protease. Protease is an enzyme interleukins, TNF, arachidonic acids, metabolites, nitric oxides, angiogenesis, and growth factors such as platelets-derived factors and fibroblast growth factors. These factors are involved in the chronic inflammations. Lymphocytes. Lymphocytes is a activated lymphocytes produced FGF, fibrinogen growth factor, stimulate fibrolysis to produce collagen, which resulting is scarring. PDGF, platelet derived growth factor and transforming growth factor B, TGF beta. Interferon gamma. Interferon gamma is activated macrophage. Systemic effect of chronic inflammation. In which systemic effect of chronic inflammation? Chronic inflammation is associated with following systemic features like fever, anemia, leukocytes, ESR, erythrocyte sedimentation rates. These are included in the associated with the inflammation of chronic inflammation. Amyloidosis, ESR elevated in all cases of chronic inflammations. Amyloidosis, long-term chronic supraretive inflammations may develop secondary systemic amyloidosis. These are the systemic effect of chronic inflammations. Overview of inflammatory process. Inflammations beings when a stimulus such as infections, physical stress, or chemical stress produce cellular damage. These are the overview of inflammatory process. Overview of inflammatory process. The more important inflammatory mediators are the eicosanoids, biological oxidants, cytokinins, adhesin factors, and digestive enzymes like protease, hyaluronidase, collagenase, and elastase. These are the digestive enzymes, and these mediators are important in the inflammatory process. Eicosanoids, the pathway initiated by cyclooxygenase COX. Cyclooxygenase means COX produce prostaglandins. The lipoxygenase pathway generate leukotrienes. These are the eicosanoids like prostaglandins, leukotrienes, PAF platelet activating factors. These are included in the eicosanoids. Overview of inflammatory process. Overview of inflammatory process. Biological oxidants. Biological oxidants involved in the inflammatory process. The biologically derived oxidants are potent bacterial killers but are also a major contributing factors in tissue injury. The major tissue injury caused by the biological oxidants. That results from the inflammatory response. These oxidants include the superoxide anions like O2, hydrogen peroxides, H2O2, nitric oxides, NO, peroxynitrates, OONO, hypochlorous acids, HOCl, peroxidase generated oxidants of undefined characters, probably the hydroxyl radials and possibly singlet oxygens. Cytokinins, cytokinins, tumor necrosis factors, tumor necrosis factors. Alpha TNF means tumor necrosis factors, and intraleukins. IL means intraleukins, and TNF means tumor necrosis factors are produced primarily by cell of the monocytes, macrophage linkage. These are the overview of inflammatory process. Overview of inflammatory process. Biological effects of eicosanoids. In primarily biological effects, PGE1, vasodilations, decreased gastric acid secretions, bronchodilations. PGE2, vasodilations, decreased gastric acid secretions, pansensitizations, uterine contractions, cervical ripening, maintenance of patient's ductus, arterios, caries, bronchodilations, fevers. These are the primarily biological effect of eicosanoids. PGF2, bronchoconstrictions, urinary constrictions, increased drainage from aqueous humor. PGI2, PGI2 responsible for the primarily biological effects like vasodilations, maintenance of patient's ductus, arterias, inhibition of platelet aggregations, pan-sensitizations, gastric cytoprotections. Next one is TXA2, thrombus A2, platelet aggregations, bronchoconstrictions. These are the primarily biological effects. Repair and healing. Healing of tissues. Healing is the body response. Healing is the body response to injury and attempt to restore normal structure and functions. Healing involves two distinct processes. First one is regeneration and second one is repair. Two processes are involved in the healing of tissue. First one is regeneration and second one is repair. First one is regeneration, in which regeneration healing takes place by proliferation of parenchymal cells and usually result in complete restoration of the original tissues. Second one is repair. Healing takes place by proliferation of connective tissues, elements resulting in fibrosis and scarring. These are also known as repairing. Both the process take place simultaneously. These processes are including the healing of tissue. Healing of tissue. Second one process is regeneration. Some parenchymal cells are lived while others have a longer lifespan. In order to maintain proper structure of tissue, these cells are under the constant regularly control of their cell cycle are under the constant regular control of their cell cycles. These includes growth factors such as epidermal growth factor, vascular endothelial growth factor, platelet-derived growth factors, fibrilloblast growth factors, transforming growth factors. These factors are including the growth factors. These factors are responsible for the healing of tissues. Healing of tissue. Repair. Repair is the replacement of injured tissues by the fibrous tissues, in which injured healing tissues, injured tissues by the fibrous tissues. The responsible for healing of tissue is fibrous tissues. Two processes are involved in the repair. First one is granulation tissue formations, concentration, contraction of wounds. The two processes are involved in the repair. First one is granulations, tissue formation, and second one is contraction of wounds. Repair response takes place by participation of mesenchymal cells, endothelial cells, macrophages, platelets, and the parenchymal cells of the injured organ. These cells are responsible for the healing of tissues and repairment of tissues. Wound healing. Healing of the skin wound provide a classical example of combination of regeneration and repair. The two terms are main responsible for the wound healing, regeneration and repair. Wound healing can be accomplished in one of the following two ways. Healing by first initiations, primarily union, and second one is healing by second initiations, means secondary union, in which healing by first initiations characteristics clean and uninfected surgically insides without much loss of cells and tissues, and as of wound are approximated by surgical sutures. And second one is secondary union, characteristics open with a large tissues defect at times infected, having extensive loss of cells and tissues, and the wound is not approximated by surgical sutures but is left open, also known as secondary union. Wound healing. Healing by first initiations, primary union, sequence of events and primary unions, initial hemorrhage, acute inflammatory response, epithelial changes, organization and sutures take place. These are the wound healing first initiations. Stages of union healing. The stages of wound healing processed in a organized way and follow four process. First one is homeostasis, second one is inflammation, third one is proliferations, and fourth one is maturations. These are the four processes organized by the wound healing. The stages of wound healing are linear. Wounds can progress backwards or forwards depending on the internal and external patient condition. The wound healing depend on the condition of external and internal patients. These are the stages of wound healing. Four stages of wound healing. Four stages of wound healing. Four phases of wound healing. First phase is homeostasis. Second phase is inflammation. Phase third one is proliferation or granulations. Phase four is remodeling and maturations. These are the four phases of wound healing. In homeostasis, stop bleeding. Day 1 to 3, and that 3 to 20 is inflammation's new framework for blood vessels growth. Week 1 to 6, pulse the wounds closed, proliferation of granulations. Final proper tissues, week 6 to 2 year, remodeling and maturations. These are the four phases of wound healing. Four stages of wound healing. Hematostasis phase. Hematostasis starts when blood leaks. Blood vessels contracts that restricts the blood flow. Then platelets sticks together in order to seal the break in the wall of blood vessels. Then coagulations occurs in reinforce the platelets plug with threads of fibrin. Then platelets adhere to the subendothelial surface within second of the rupture of a blood vessel's epithelial valve. Then first fibrin strands being to adhere. Release of prothrombin. The flow chart of cross-linked fibrin fibers. Prothrombin convert in the thrombin. Then thrombin convert thrombin responsible for the fibrinogen to convert in fibrinogen monomer. Then fibrinogen convert in fibrin fiber. The responsible for the fibrinogen monomer converting fibrin fiber is calcium. Then fibrin fiber is converting cross-linked fibrin fibers. The thrombin is converted into the cross-linked fibrin fibers. Thrombin is a activated fibrin stabilizing factor. The first stage of wound healing is homeostasis phase. Second stage is inflammatory phase. In which inflammatory phase? Inflammation is the second stage of wound healing. Inflammatory phase is right after the injuries when the injured blood vessels leaks transudate made of water salts and proteins, causing localized swelling. Inflammations both control bleeding and prevent infections. During the inflammatory phase, damaged cell pathogenesis and bacteria are removed from the wound area. These are the inflammatory phase of wound healing. Next one is proliferative phase. In proliferative phase, wounds is rebuilt with new tissues made up of collagen and extracellular matrix. In addition, a new network of blood vessels is constructed so that the granulation tissue can be healthy and receive sufficient oxygen and nutrients by fibroblast cell that is and between a fibroblast and a smooth muscle cells cause the wounds to contract by gripping the wounds as and pulling them together using a mechanism similar to that of smooth muscles, also known as wound healing process. Last one phase is maturation phase. These are fourth phase, also called the remodeling stage of wound healing. Maturation phase is when collagen is remolded from type first to type first and the wound fully closed. During the maturation phase, collagen fiber can lies closer together and cross-linked. Cross-linking of collagen reduce scar thickness and also makes the skin area of wound stronger. Collagen type first. Major collagen found in skin tendons, bones, tendons, primary collagen present in wound healing. Collagen type second. Collagen type second for specific for cartilage and venous humor. Collagen type third in skin, muscles and blood vessels. Collagen type fourth, basement membrane. Collagen type fifth, widespread, particularly found in the cornea. Type first is the predominant collagen. type in a wound scar. The initial collagen in wounds is type third. These are the these are the wound healing process. Failure of wound healing. Failure of wound healing. The stages of wound healing are a complex and fragile process. Failure the process in the stage of wound healing can lead to chronic wounds. The failure of wounds cause the chronic wounds. Factor that leads up to chronic wounds are venous disease, infections, diabetes, metabolic deficiencies of the artery. These are the responsible for the failure of wound healing, like venous disease, infections, diabetes, and metabolic deficiencies. These are responsible for the wound healing. References. First one reference is pathologic basis of veterinary disease. Jikaji and Amkigan, 5th edition, 2012, chapter 3rd. Pathologic basis of disease at editions Kumar et al., chapter 2 and 3. Third one is Robin and Cotron, pathologic basis of disease, 7th editions. Harsh Mohan, essentially pathology for dental students, 3rd editions. Harnary Throbridge, inflammation, a review of process, 4th editions. Goodman and Gilman, the pharmacology basis of therapeutic, 11th edition, 2006. These are the references. Multiple choice questions. Multiple choice questions. First question is, in hypoxia, cell injury, cell swelling occurs because of increased intracellular, in which first option is lipid and second option is protein and third option is glycogen and fourth option is water. The right answer is D, water. The second question is, which of the following which of the following is a feature of apoptosis? Which of the following is a feature of apoptosis? A karyolytic, B1 is cellular swelling, and C1 is chromatin condensations, and D1 is associated inflammatory changes. These, in which right answer is C, chromatin condensation is responsible for the feature of apoptosis. Next one question. Which of the following is not a feature of reversible cell injury? Which of the following is not a feature of reversible cell injury? First one is option A is cellular swelling. Option B is reduction of ATP synthesis. Option C is reduced cellular pH. Option D is defect in cell membrane. The right answer is D, defect in cell membrane. The next question is fatty changes. Option A is reversible. Option B does not impair cellular functions. Option C is most commonly due to diabetes. Option D is caused by alcohol by an increase in intracellular alpha glycerophosphates. The right answer is caused by alcohol by an increase in intracellular alpha glycerophosphate. Next one question. Which of the following cell types is most likely to cause histamine-mediated increased vascular permeability? Question is, which of the following cell type is most likely to cause histamine-mediated increased vascular permeability? The option A is endothelial cells. Option B is fibroblast. Option C is lymphocyte. Option D is mast cells. The right answer is option D, mast cells. Next question is all of the following are mediators of acute inflammations except option A is angiotensin, option B is prostaglandin, option C is calarin, option D is C3A. The right answer is angiotensin. Next one question is sign of inflammation except. The question is sign of inflammation except. The option A is redness. The option B is swelling. The option C is pain. The option D is sweating. The accept signal of inflammation. The right answer is D, sweating. Sweating is the right answer of signal of inflammation accept. Next one question. Type of inflammation. Type of inflammations. A. Option A is acute. Option B is chronic. Option C is both A and B. Option D is none of the above. The right answer is C, both A and B. The types of inflammation is acute inflammation, chronic inflammation. The right answer is C, both A and B. Next one question is atrophy means. Atrophy means option A, reduction in size of cell, tissue, and organ. Option B is increase the cell size and shape. Option C is cell death. Option D is all of the above. The right answer is atrophy means reduction in size of cell, tissue, and organ. Next question is cause of inflammations. Option A, infective agents. Option B, physical agents. Option C, inert material. Option D, all of the above. The right answer is cause of inflammation is all of the above. Infective agents, physical agents, inert agents. These are all of these causes of inflammations. The right answer is D. Revise the topic. Today I will discuss about the basic mechanism involved in the process of inflammation and repair. Learning objectives describe the definition and classification of inflammation and repair, know the causes of inflammation, understand the process of inflammations, compare the etiopathogenesis of granulomatous infections, contrast the difference between acute and chronic inflammations, learning outcomes. Upon successful completion of this topic, students should be able to define various types of inflammations and highlight the various inflammations process, list the causes of acute and chronic inflammations, outline the role of biological mediators in the inflammation process, explain the process of healing and regenerations. These are the learning outcomes of the mechanism involved in the process of inflammation and repair. Main term for the injury, harmful things into the body. Sign of inflammation, pain, swelling, redness. These are the inflammation signals. Causes of inflammations like infective agents, immunological agents, physical agents, chemical agents, inert materials. These are the causative agents of inflammations. Signal of inflammations like redness, swelling, heat, pain, and loss of functions. Type of inflammations. First one is acute inflammations. Second one is chronic inflammations. Acute inflammations के अंदर stages of acute inflammations like vasodilatations, increased vascular permeability, movement of white blood cells from blood vessels into soft tissue at the site of inflammations. Acute inflammations, fact of acute inflammations like resolutions, healing, ulcer, fetula. These are the fate of acute inflammations. Suppressions, suppressions, scar formations, chronic inflammations. These are the fate of acute inflammations. Chronic inflammations, causes of chronic inflammations like chronic inflammations following acute inflammations, recurrent attack of acute inflammations, chronic inflammations starting de novo. These are the chronic inflammations. Types of chronic inflammations. First one is chronic non-specific inflammations. Second one is chronic granulomatous inflammations. Self involved in the inflammations like macrophages in lymphocytes. These are the involved in the chronic inflammations. Systemic effect of chronic inflammations like fever, anemia, leukocytosis, ESR, amyloidosis. These are the associated with systemic inflammations. Overview of inflammatory process like infections. Inflammations means when a stimulus such as infections, physical stress or chemical stress produce cellular damage. These are the overview of inflammatory process. Overview of inflammatory process like inflammatory mediators are responsible for the inflammatory process like eicosanoids, biological oxidants, cytokines. These are the inflammatory mediators. Eicosanoids like prostaglandin, leukotrienes, PAF, platelet activating factors. These are the eicosanoids. Overview of inflammatory process, biological oxidants, cytokines. These are the inflammatory process. Healing of tissues. The two processes are involved in the healing of tissues. First one is regeneration and second one is repair. Both the process take place simultaneously. Healing of tissues. These factors are included in the tissue healing like epidermal growth factors, vascular endothelial growth factors, platelets, derived growth factors, fibroblast growth factors, transforming growth factors. Repair, healing of tissues, repair. In two processes are involved in the repair, granulations, tissue formations, contraction of wounds. Wound healing. Follow, Following steps are involved in the wound healing. Healing by first initiations, healing by second initiations. These are also known as primary union and secondary union. Wound healing. Stages of wound healing. Hemostasis, inflammations, proliferations, maturations. These are the four processes of wound healing. First one is homeostasis, second one is inflammations, third one is proliferation or granulations, fourth one is remodeling and maturations. These are the wound healing four stages. First one is homeostasis, second one is inflammatory phase, third one is proliferative phase, fourth one is maturation phase. Failure of wound healing, the involvement of metabolic deficiencies, diabetes, infections, venous disease. These are involved in the wound healing or failure. These are the references. Multiple choice questions in hypoxia, cell injury, cell swelling occurs of in increased intracellular. The right answer is the water. Which of the following is feature of apoptosis? The right answer is C, chromatin condensation. Which of the following is not a feature of reversible cell injury? The right answer is the defect in cell membrane. Next one question is fatty changes. The right answer is D, is caused by alcohol by an increase in intracellular alpha glycerophosphates. Which of the following cell types is most likely to cause histamine mediated increased vascular permeability? The right answer is mast cells. All of the following are mediators of acute inflammations except the right answer is angiotensin. Signal of inflammations. The right answer is D, sweating. Types of inflammations. The right answer is C, both and A and B, acute and chronic. Atrophy means reduce. The right answer is reduction in size of cell, tissue, and organs. Next one question is causes of inflammations. The right answer is all of the above. The today will topic is complete. Thank you all of you.